In the last video, we used Homebrew to install Node and to install NPM, and then we used NPM to install Express and the Express generator. We're now going to use Homebrew again, and we're going to install this time our database. So we're going to use MongoDB for our database, and there are lots of databases that you might choose to use. MongoDB's an interesting one. It's a collection of files that represent as a database. It's not a traditional relational database like MySQL or Microsoft SQL or one of those, but we're going to use MongoDB. So we install that now we're going to use Homebrew to do that. We need to install it so that our app can then use the database to write information and read information from. So we need to launch the terminal. We've done this a few times now. And I'm finding out in these videos that it's boring to watch me type and it's not that reliable. My keyboard played up terribly in the last video. So I'm going to just copy and paste some stuff here. And at least at any rate, it's just easier for you to read it here and know the instructions as we go, so that you can pause the video and just copy this stuff in if you want. So we just launched the terminal and we see our prompt here. I'm going to run this first instruction, which is the official, to get us to the official installer for MongoDB using Homebrew. So you see Homebrew kick into action there, and it goes away and it finds the stuff it needs to install MongoDB, finds where to go. Now we're going to install it using this next instruction. Now the community version's a free version, so you don't have to pay. You're going to be able to do local development on your own machine here using MongoDB community. That's all fine. So again, Homebrew goes away and starts finding the stuff it needs to install the community version of MongoDB. And that's done too. Last thing we're going to do here before checking if the installation went well is start the server. So it's installed there now, and by running this one here, brew services start, we're going to start MongoDB community version as a service on our computer so that it's available to our application environment. Again, it started. There it is. Homebrew's helping us with all of this stuff. It started. And if that's all gone well, then this last bit, just similar to how we went, we typed in node-v to see what version of Node was installed. Mongo-version will do the same thing here and allow us to check out if we've got the version installed. And here it is. We see our numbers, Mongo shell version 4.2.8. There it is. So we can see that our database is now installed and ready to go. This will become it'll become easier for us to understand this later on when we start using it. But for now, it's installed. We're done. If you got this far, then we're ready to move on to the next step.